Hello, everybody. Welcome today morning with me and Pallavi Ghosh after a rather exciting evening yesterday when all the exit polls came out and had all sorts of predictions for the results which are coming out on March 10 in the 5 states. Let us give a disclaimer right in the start. These are exit polls, so take them with all the pinch of salt, fist of salt you want to. But I think Pallavi, exit polls sometimes may not be able to predict the numbers accurately, but they do give us a direction in which the polls are headed. So invariably, the direction is correct most of the times. Maybe the exact quantum of seats may go haywire and here and there. So we will discuss, I think, mainly the two states where we personally have gone, me and Pallavi, that is Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. Starting off, I think more first with Punjab. Pallavi, it seems like all exit polls are unanimous on one thing, that the change which we all heard about in Punjab, roaming around there for 2 to 3 weeks, is for the Aam Aadmi Party. It is the Jhadu which is sweeping Punjab as per the exit polls, and what we heard in Punjab from many people that is wari Jhadu firuga. That phrase seems to be holding true at least when the exit polls are concerned. But do you think Congress still has a chance, or do you think every exit poll is kind of underestimating the Congress here and giving the edge to AAP? What would you say?
Aman, you and I have been traveling across Punjab, and Congress tells a story of complete disarray, ruin. They've just not been able to get their act together, and all of that is likely to have a bearing on electoral results. So I won't
Hmm.
be surprised if the Congress actually does very, very badly here. But as you pointed out in that rider, with exit polls, they have often been proved wrong. I mean, completely. I remember in the case of Bengal, there were a couple of exit poll results which gave that edge to the BJP, and it came wrong. So the Congress certainly would be hoping that. Not everyone in the Congress, some of them actually would want the Congress to lose in Punjab. But I wouldn't be surprised, if the Congress manages to do well, but it's not only because of their own efforts. As you must have also noticed, which I certainly did in the last 3, 4 days, something started happening. I think the momentum with the AAP seems to be building up, got many of them together. I mean, for example,
Yeah.
many in the BJP, the Akalis, they were very scared. We don't want AAP. At least have a party which we know about, and आप अगर अंदर आ जाती है, then they're very ferocious, fierce, and they're like 24/7 almost, very much like the BJP. They know what elections are all about. They work on the ground, and then defeats are never seen as a setback. They're seen as another opportunity. So they'll not stop here. They'll go to Haryana, and something which I don't think the BJP would want. So certainly that ganging up sort I saw. Will that really work? Because when I did speak to Channi on the day of polling, he told me, I want people to come out and vote. And I want the
Hmm.
40 plus people to come out and vote. If that has
Hmm.
happened, then the Congress has some hope in Punjab. But, I mean, आपके लिए तो बहुत ज़्यादा, and also the AAP voters are very vocal, and the AAP's whole
Vocal.
machinery is also that कि बोलो कि
Yeah.
हम आ रहे हैं, हम आ रहे हैं. You play that mind game. I mean, you know that, Aman. BJP also works on that strategy very effectively.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
but let's talk
yeah,
about,
I think
yeah, yeah,
the youth voter also, I think Pallavi
yeah.
was
They are the
totally with
key. Yeah.
AAP in Punjab. They are the key, and the youth has, I think, voted in good numbers also in Punjab. And also this thing that we spoke about earlier, that हर पार्टी के साथ कोई ना कोई नाराजगी थी लोगों की पंजाब में. अकाली दल के साथ नाराजगी थी, कांग्रेस के साथ
Hmm.
नाराजगी थी, बीजेपी के साथ नाराजगी थी, ऑब्वियसली. आप ही एक पार्टी थी जिसके साथ पीपल हैड नो नाराजगी. पीपल वर जस्ट डिसअपॉइंटेड विद देम दैट 17 में हमने उनको चांस देने की कोशिश की पर पार्टी पावर में नहीं आ पाई. इस बार शायद हम चांस दे तो पार्टी पावर में आ जाए. And I think AAP also learned from its mistakes of 2017. They projected a CM face in Bhagwant Mann. How good or bad or how it turns out, we don't know. But they did project a face, which was forced the Congress also to play suit and declare Channi as the CM face. So clearly, Congress was playing catch up in Punjab. AAP was always 2 steps ahead in Punjab. And if the results hold good that day, I think Kejriwal coming to power in Punjab, AAP coming to power in Punjab is a landmark thing in national politics. It will be the first time a party outside BJP and Congress will be in power in 2 states in the country. And make no mistake, next target of AAP is going to be Gujarat elections. And they're going to make a
Oh
big
yeah,
pitch in the Gujarat
absolutely.
elections. So AAP is going to become a big headache for the BJP. And as
And
you correctly
Aman,
said,
wherever
BJP,
there's a straight fight between the BJP and the Congress, आप stems in, and इसका नुकसान हमेशा कांग्रेस को ही होता है. Their game is very, very clear.
yeah,
You provide an alternative to a party which seems so tired and not putting up a front and a fight. So Gujarat is their
yeah,
worry, Karnataka is their worry, Haryana to hai hi. Talking about Haryana, let's talk about
Haryana to win.
Uttarakhand. That's a very interesting picture. because Dipendra Hooda is now being dashed off, and he's going to be that kind of a. I think the Congress is trying to learn from its
Hmm.
mistakes of Goa. So if there's a hung, they're trying to look at, what can they do, because how do you swing
Yeah.
those independents in their favor and all. Is the BJP pretty confident
Huh.
that they are going to form the government?
Well, BJP is confident on the point that I think they feel that Pushkar Dhami delivered in the last few months when he was the CM. They had to change
Hmm.
the third CM in 1 year. They had to put. So obviously, BJP was in a dire strait in Uttarakhand a year back. They seem to have pulled back the situation under Dhami. How much they have pulled back, we will know that day. All the exit polls are confused about Uttarakhand and Goa, the two states. Nobody can really predict who's coming to power. It seems a close fight. And Uttarakhand or Goa, में we know the election. तो गिनती के बाद ही शुरू होता है जब लोग टूटना शुरू करते हैं कौन सी पार्टी वहां पावर में आती है will depend a lot on the machinations of what the both parties are able to deliver. And Dipinder Hooda going there, it's a gut went to Goa last time. We know what happened after that. So इन दोनों
Hmm.
स्टेट्स का तो इलेक्शन आई थिंक हम 10 के बाद करते तो ज्यादा बेटर रहेगा. अभी तो कुछ भी समझ नहीं आएगा किसी को भी कि क्या होने वाला है. जो दूसरा स्टेट जो बड़ा स्टेट है हमारा प्रदेश उसमें भी अगर आप एग्जिट रिजल्ट देखें तो सब एक एग्जिट पोल रिजल्ट दिखा रहे हैं. सब दिखा रहे हैं कि योगी वापस आ रहे हैं. सिर्फ एक्सिस का एग्जिट पोल तो कह रहा है योगी उतने ही नंबर के साथ वापस आ इतने नंबर के साथ 2017 में बीजेपी आई थी. तो ये बात भी काफी बड़ी है. आई थिंक यूपी में योगी कमिंग बैक टू पावर इज गोइंग टू बी अ ह्यूज थिंग फॉर द बीजेपी बिकॉज definitely they had their backs against the wall on a few issues like unemployment, stray cattle, inflation. Despite that, if BJP is able to pull off a win in Uttar Pradesh with good numbers, with comfortable numbers, I think it will really show that the one factor which completely worked for them, and in today's International Women's Day, I think the woman voter. वुमन वोटर ने ही यूशन पल्लवी डिसाइड करना है इस बार. वो वोटर ब्लेंट है. वो कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है. वो बड़ी बड़ी रैलियों में नहीं आता है. समाजवादी पार्टी की बड़ी बड़ी रैलियों में आके वुमन वोटर्स नारे नहीं लगाते हैं. बट वो घर पे बैठे हैं और चुपचाप सब देख रहे हैं. आई वेंट टू villages in UP and rations was a big factor. Women's security, safety was a big factor. Have these two issues swung the women voters completely in the favor of the BJP, I think, or not? I think that will decide the election in UP. And also on the other side, if you speak to Samajwadi Party leaders, they say it is a youth which is backing them, the unemployed youth of UP, which has not got jobs. Recruitments have not opened in the last 3 years due to COVID or other reasons. समाजवादी पार्टी से वो यूथ उनके पीछे है. बीजेपी से वुमेन उनके पीछे है. तो वुमेन और यूथ में था पलड़ा भारी पड़ रहा है यूपी में. आई थिंक दैट विल डिटरमिन व्हाट हैपेंस ऑन मार्च 10 पल्लवी इन यूपी.
So, Aman, dekho, today is Women's Day. You did not even bother to wish me, not that I get caged in by only one particular day. I think every day is my
Oh,
day and our
sorry.
day. But but not only women voters matter, women also matter, and they're going to play a very key role, not just in this election, but in every election. And it's high time all the netas understand how important, powerful we women are.
या एंड आपकी पार्टी तो लड़की है, लड़ सकती हूँ. मुझे लगता है लड़कियां बहुत लड़ सकती थी और आगे वोट बीजेपी को डाल दिया ऐसा लग रहा है यूपी में. सो
Yeah,
प्रियंका
I
गांधी
know
विल
that's
आल्सो हैव
going
टू
to
डू लॉट ऑफ कांग्रेस विल नीड टू डू
yeah, but how
drops
many
below
times will
7
they do an intro?
seats. All going to break loose.
But my point is, how many times will they do an introspection? If the Congress does very badly, the same issues come up every time. What about the Gandhi family? What about the leadership? Can the Congress look beyond it? The point is that they don't learn from defeats. They don't learn from elections. Anyway, guys, I'm in Punjab.
Yes,
Aman is in Delhi,
yes.
and well, we're not going to. I don't know. I hope we're going to be back together again next time for that power circuit, but I don't know. But
Yeah,
certainly,
on
10th is
10th.
something which is a
On
big
10th.
on 10th. Okay, guys. So that's a commitment from Aman. So we're going to be back on the 10th with another edition of Power Circuit. Do give in your reactions on the social media timeline. And if any questions you want to ask, do tag us on our social media handles and ask us. We'll be happy to answer.
And please take exit polls with, as I said, fistful and pinches of salt as you wish to. But I think the direction which the exit polls have shown is very interesting. What is going to happen in UP and Punjab? I think these two states will be completely in the focus. Will Yogi and Kejriwal become the heroes of this election? That is what I think is the key to look at. Or can Akhilesh Yadav come back to power? And can Channi retrieve the party, a win for the Congress in Punjab? I think these are the two major factors which we will
And wonder
discuss
what
in
Sidhu
great
will be
detail
doing.
come March 10th.
And what
That
will
we will
Sidhu
discuss on
do?
March 11th, I think.
Okay, we'll talk about
What will
March 11th.
Sidhu do?
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you very much, Aman, for joining us. See you.
Thank you.